For such a widespread duck, the redhead is surprisingly tricky to identify, especially when it's mixed in with flocks of similar diving ducks. At a distance, redheads blend in with scaup and ringneck ducks, and the challenge only gets harder with females and immatures, whose subtle brown plumage can fool even experienced birders. Welcome. My name is Greg, and I've been watching birds for over 50 years. In this video, I'll show you clear, reliable tips for identifying redheads in the field so you can confidently pick them out in a crowd, no matter the season. Look at the rounded chestnut head and blue-gray bill to see a quick and easy way to identify a male redhead. This combination is unique among North America's diving ducks and stands out when you get a good look at a drake in breeding plumage. For instance, I had no problem identifying this drake I photographed recently in Tucson. This ID tip is key for separating drake redheads from other diving ducks. But this field mark won't work for females or if the ducks are at a distance on a gray day. Head color shows best in bright sun. So next, we'll eliminate a few look-alike species that might cause confusion. Then we'll look at more ID tips to separate redhead from its closest look-alike, the canvasback. Finally, we'll look at their distribution, habitat, and seasonal status to know where and when to expect redheads in your area. One unexpected similar species is the scaup, both greater and lesser. These diving ducks often flock together with redheads, and at a distance the male's gray backs and dark heads can look quite similar. But there are key differences. For males, if you can see the head color, that will clinch it. Redheads, of course, have bright chestnut-colored heads, while scaup show green or purple head sheen, but often look black. All species show rounded heads and blue-gray bills. They are black at both ends and pale in the middle. Redhead shows a gray back and sides. Male scaup, on the other hand, have whiter sides than back. Female redheads are warm, tan-brown overall, with a plain face and blue-gray bill. Female scaup are darker brown with a white patch around the base of the bill, a key mark. Another similar species is the ringneck duck for females. Male ringneck ducks have a black back and a tall peaked crown that tells them apart quickly. Female ringneck ducks, however, are extremely similar to female redheads. Female ringneck ducks have a paler gray face and usually noticeable white around the base of the bill. The blue-gray bill with the dark tip is very similar between them. The key is to look at head shape. Ringneck ducks have a tall peaked crown, while redheads have a round head shape. Let's now compare another widespread species often mistaken for redhead, the canvasback. Both males and females of these two species can be mixed together in large rafts on open water. The most reliable way to tell them apart is head shape. Redhead has a steep, abrupt forehead, giving the head a more blocky, rounded look. Canvasback, by contrast, has a long, sloping forehead and bill, creating a straight line from the crown to the tip of the bill. In males, back color is also useful. Redhead shows a light gray back, while canvasback males have a very pale, almost white back. Redheads breed across the northern prairies of the United States and Canada, with especially high concentrations in the prairie pothole region, the Dakotas, and southern Canadian provinces. They nest in small, semi-permanent wetlands with dense emergent vegetation, often in open, non-forested country. During migration, redheads gather on large lakes and reservoirs, sometimes in flocks of hundreds or even thousands. Most winter along the Gulf Coast of the United States and Mexico, but smaller numbers winter along the Pacific and Atlantic coasts, as well as on large inland lakes. In winter, look for them on coastal bays, estuaries, and protected lakes, often mixed with other diving ducks. I photographed many of the redheads in this video at Libby Lake in Oceanside, California. This image, taken there, is one of my very best bird photos ever. Several other images were obtained at Reed Park in Tucson, Arizona, where they are very easy to photograph. Do you remember the ID marks of the redhead? The rounded head with the abrupt forehead, the blue-gray bill with the black tip, the pale gray sides and back of the male, and of course the bright chestnut red head of the male. Next time you're scanning a flock of diving ducks, look for these clues. You'll start spotting redheads more often, and you'll know exactly what you're seeing. Have you seen my most recent video? I'd love for you to check it out. I think you'll like it.